Hello everyone. Today we will see the various types of complexometric titration or EDTA titration. So mainly there are four types: direct titration, back titration, replacement titration, alkalimetry titration. And the fifth type, it consists of the following three subtypes, that is the titration of the mixture of metal ion selectivity based on the control of the pH of the solution using masking agent and using selective demasking agent. So let us start with the first method, direct titration method. Now here, first of all, we take a solution containing a metal ion which is to be determined, provide the pH suitable to that metal ion. So we add a buffer solution, say of the pH 10, mixture of NH4Cl and NH4OH, add an indicator, a metal ion indicator, and titrate directly it with the standard disodium salt of EDTA solution. So here we get a reading directly of the metal ion forming a complex with standard EDTA solution using an metal ion indicator. Here the complex form is directly, so we call this as direct titration method. The examples of the metal ions which can be analyzed by direct titrations are of zinc, magnesium and other ions. Now here, if the metal is precipitated in its hydroxide form, then it is to be overcome first, it is to be prevented, so that we get the total concentration of the metal in its complex formation. So what we do is we add a solution of citrate, tartrate or triethyl amine so that the metal does not precipitate in its hydroxide form. So before titrating it with standard EDTA solution, if metal ion is precipitated in its hydroxide formation, then any of these solutions like citrate, tartrate or triethyl amine can be added so that metal hydroxide precipitation is prevented. So here we see the direct titration method. Here we have taken a conical flask in which we have taken the metal ion, say magnesium sulfate, a solution of that. To that we are adding a metal ion indicator, Eriochrome black tea. What happens is magnesium reacts with the indicator. Indicator itself is blue in color in its Hin-2 form, and with magnesium, the magnesium EBT complex is of a wine red color. So initially we get the color of the solution because of the magnesium indicator complex. Here we have the magnesium EBT complex which is wine red in color. Now when we do the titration, that is when we add a disodium salt of EDTA solution from the burette, the color changes from wine red to blue. See the color change happening here. We have wine red color. When we add disodium EDTA solution, it gives blue color solution. See once more. See, we have wine red color through the formation of violet, and finally you get blue colored complex. Now this blue color which we get here is of the original indicator, Eriochrome black tea. See, always magnesium EBT complex color is red. Magnesium EDTA complex which is formed at the end, it is colorless complex, but the blue color which you get at the end point is because of the indicator EBT which is the end point color. So here we can see the sharp change in the color which gives the end point. Second method is the back titration method. Back titration method is required when the reaction is very slow or when the indicators are not available, which gives the formation of a complex. Or sometimes it happens so that metal indicator complex is more stable than metal EDTA complex. So it cannot be titrated directly by the direct titration method. So in these conditions, we require back titration method. So what we do in back titration? We add an excess of the standard EDTA solution. Initially only we add the known amount of known concentration solution of EDTA solution, buffer the solution with the required pH range, and then this EDTA is back titrated with the standard metal ion solution, which can be directly titrated like MgSO4 or ZnSO4 or its chloride form MgCl2 or zinc chloride. And then finally, by subtracting the total volume of the EDTA unreacted from the total volume of the EDTA added, we can determine the volume of the EDTA that is used. This type of titration which does not take place directly is known as back titration. See, you can understand this way. See, these are the ions which are to be titrated using this back titration method: cobalt, aluminium, copper and nickel. See, we have taken cobalt. This is not titrated directly. So we are taking cobalt, add excess of EDTA plus the buffer solution to maintain the pH of the solution. So cobalt we have taken, solution of that plus EDTA we are adding. Now say we add EDTA in excess amount whose concentration is known, and the volume of excess amount which we add, that is also known. So say for example we are adding 100 ml of the EDTA solution to the solution of the metal ion cobalt. Now what happens here is cobalt forms EDTA complex with EDTA. As much amount of cobalt is there, that much proportion it forms a complex. So cobalt EDTA complex is formed. Rest, because we have added in excess amount, the other EDTA will remain as it is in its form, EDTA as it is. So say for example cobalt EDTA complex formed is around 60 ml. So remaining will be 40 ml of EDTA as it is in the solution. Now we titrate with the standard zinc sulfate or magnesium sulfate solution. We are using this because it gives the direct titration. So on titrating with zinc sulfate or magnesium sulfate, what will react? Only the EDTA which is left, not the cobalt EDTA complex, but the 40 ml of EDTA which is left unreacted will be titrated with the standard zinc sulfate or magnesium sulfate solution. So here we get total consumed amount will be equal to total added amount, that is 100 ml, minus total unused amount, that is 40 ml is unused, and finally we get the total used amount, it is equal to 60 ml. So total cobalt EDTA complex formed is 60 ml. Here this is back titration method. You can do the calculation as given. Third type of titration is replacement or substitution titration. Now when we require substitution or replacement titration, some metal ions that do not react satisfactorily with the metal indicator, meaning that does not give the perfect color change or the end point during the complex formation. So for this we require the replacement of the particular ion, or else for the metal ions which form EDTA complexes that are more stable than those of the metal ions such as magnesium and zinc. So those metal ions which does not give the sharp color change at the end point are to be replaced by the metal ions, and hence then after it is to be titrated. Say here we have taken a metal ion which is to be determined, which is to be replaced first of all. Now how it is replaced? It is replaced by a magnesium EDTA complex. So when we take a metal ion to be determined, it is to be substituted or replaced by the magnesium EDTA complex. Hence we get metal EDTA complex plus magnesium will be free. How much amount of the metal we have added to the magnesium EDTA complex, that much amount of the magnesium ion will be free. That magnesium is then titrated with standard EDTA solution, and amount of magnesium that we get is equal to the amount of the metal ion present in the given sample solution. So this titration is called replacement titration. See, we can see in this, say for example we have taken calcium. Say we are taking, for understanding, 20 moles of calcium are taken. This does not give sharp color change at the end point. So what we do, we replace this ion. So magnesium EDTA is a complex which we add. It can replace the calcium ion. So 50 moles of the magnesium EDTA complex are there, and 20 moles calcium we have added to that solution. Now calcium replaces magnesium, giving calcium EDTA, but how much magnesium will be replaced? Only 20 moles. So calcium EDTA formed will be 20 moles. Along with that, magnesium is also released, because calcium is added to EDTA, that much moles will be of the magnesium will be released. So 20 moles of calcium EDTA is formed, along with magnesium 20 moles released, and the remaining magnesium EDTA complex is as it is in the solution. So we have calcium plus magnesium EDTA replacement titrating agent we have added. So it replaces, giving the formation of calcium EDTA complexes. That much amount only of the magnesium ion will be released, plus magnesium EDTA which is remaining in the solution. Now out of these, which will react with the standard EDTA solution? This 20 moles of the magnesium which are replaced. Initially we have taken Mg EDTA complex, calcium replaces Mg and Mg gets released. So Mg, how much it will be released? Whatever amount of calcium is attached to EDTA. So released Mg plus 2 will be titrated with the standard EDTA solution, and the amount which you get will be equivalent to the amount of calcium present in the given solution. So this is a replacement titration. And the last type is alkalimetric titration. Here the EDTA solution is added to the metal ion solution, and metal ion forms a complex with EDTA, and we know that equivalent amount of the hydrogen ions are obtained in the solution. So this hydrogen ion forms the basis of the alkalimetric titration. Equivalent amount of hydrogen ion to the metal ion is only released. So based on the number of hydrogen ion, also we can determine the number of metal ions. So this free H plus ions can be titrated with the standard solution of NaOH using acid base indicator, or any of the instrumental methods like potentiometry or conductometry also can be used to determine the concentration of the H plus ions. So here what happens is, the protons of the disodium EDTA are displaced by a heavy metal and titrated with the sodium alkali. So this method is called as alkalimetric titration. The metal ion solution here used should be neutral, so that the alkalimetric titration is possible, and generally these type of titration is carried out for the heavy metals like heavy elements like the barbiturates. So this is the reaction, disodium salt of EDTA giving sodium plus the complex form plus metal ion reacting with disodium salt giving H plus free, and this can be reacted with the base to determine the concentration of the H plus and ultimately the concentration of the metal ion present in the solution. Next, specific type masking, demasking and control of pH we will take next time.